everyone, and welcome to Unlocking Creative Potential with Hack the Gamer. So what we're going to be talking about today is digital media and YouTube 101. Oh yeah. Get busy, y'all. Come on. Unlocking your potential, right? That means to feel it, right? That means to kind of get out of your comfort zone and start thinking outside the box. I'm wearing a scorpion outfit, and this is not planned to be in front of you guys with a scorpion outfit on, but it's Rob Com, so this is what we do. We cosplay. So Scorpion is my favorite Mortal Kombat player, so that's who I pretty much want to choose and go with when it comes to cosplay. But digital media and YouTube 101, just going over the basics of it. And on the table in the classroom, we have an index card. So I want you to go ahead and flip that card over. You should see E cubed, or e to the third power, or E3 for gamers out there. But this is like an equation when it comes to content creation, when it comes to social media and finding out what works for you and becoming a outside of your box person. You want to look at this equation because for creators, it's challenging to overcome the disappointment of creation when you don't get the numbers that you want, when you don't get the views you want, when you don't get the engagement you want when it comes to the likes or loves or emojis or comments on social media. So it can be frustrating as a content creator a lot of times. So what I want you guys to do with this particular equation, what's one thing that's a challenge when it comes to content creation that you have dealt with, encountered, or think that you have to overcome? Think about one challenge. Okay? Give you a second to think about one challenge that you have to overcome, you think, as a content creator, or something that you've known that you ran into in the past that was like, man, this is challenging, this is frustrating. How do I get through this situation? How do I make this work in my favor? So kind of think about that. Okay? So with that same thought, when we look at E to the third power, which is energy, effort, effectiveness, and endurance. The endurance is in parentheses, so it's really E to like quadruple, which is not really a thing, but in equation. But E to the third power is a good way to remember this. But I want you to look at how you can overcome this particular challenge with this equation. All right. So what you want to do is you want to look at it high, moderate, and low when it comes to how you approach this particular challenge. Is my energy high? Am I motivated to do this get through this challenge? Is my effort, am I into it? Am I giving it my all when it comes to this particular challenge so I can overcome it? The effectiveness is basically the results of energy and effort. And of course, the endurance is how long it lasts based upon how well you apply the formula. So, when it comes to how we're doing this, I want you to get that one way you can actually get through this particular challenge. What do you think that is? And that's how you kind of look at this. Okay, I know if it's a view thing, do I need to work on my thumbnails? Am I giving my thumbnails all they need, all the attention they need to catch the viewer's eye? Is it content I'm making for myself, or is it content I'm making for the viewer? Because that's a real question you have to ask yourself as a content creator. Am I making content that I just want to watch and want family and friends to watch? Or is it content that I really want the world to see? Because it's a difference. Because if I want the world to see it, then I'm going to have to really put some time and some effort and look at the analytics and see what I need to do to get better. So that's what this exercise was for. I want you to hold on to this card, or hold on to that thought, E to the third power, which is energy times effort times effectiveness. It basically equals endurance, but that's pretty much the equation in a whole. But yeah, so I want to open up with that because I want you to start thinking. We're talking about unlocking creative potential, right? The potential is things that you may not even know you have in you, skills, talents, you may not even discovered yet. So we're talking about unlocking that. So this is a good exercise to do that. So I just want you guys to think about that one when it comes to overcoming your challenge. Because I know you have something you want to overcome this year, or something you want to complete. Like you have goals this year that you're trying to accomplish. I know you have at least one. So, and you may have encountered a challenge along the way. I know you got one thing you want to accomplish at the end of the year. So this equation can help with that if you put it in perspective. So with that challenge, like I said, put that E to the third power to it, your effort into that, and how well you're doing that, and watch yourself overcome it. Watch yourself reach that particular goal that you're trying to do. Just one goal you're trying to complete before the end of the year. Try this equation and see if that helps you stay on course. But now I'm going to bring my son up to kind of tell you about our journey as content creators, not just YouTubers, but content creators, because we do social media as well, TikTok and all of that. So we're also content creators, but I'm going to bring my son up to kind of share the journey. So thank you.
So we've been doing YouTube for 2 years, and I kind of wanted to do it for a while. A long time ago, when I got my first tablet, I would watch YouTube, and I'd see all these people doing the things they love while they were either educating or entertaining other people, and I kind of knew that's kind of something I wanted to do. So later on, I finally got my first computer, and the quality wasn't the best. We just had cheap mic, poor quality screen recording stuff, but we still made do, still uploaded, and a long time later, 2 years later, we're where we are now. Still not the top tier quality, but it's still good enough. And I mean, we're talking to you right now about how to be successful with your YouTube. So this is when we had 10 subscribers, 800 views, and I know you might be like, wow, that's not a lot. 10 subscribers, I could just get my other 10 accounts and subscribe to my own channel for that. And 800 views, that's not too much when you have a bunch of videos. But what we're doing here is we're counting the wins. While we might not have, too much subscribers, not the most views or anything like that, still we're counting the wins. We got 800 views, 10 subscribers. As you can see, we had a cupcake, and we literally had a cupcake, a celebratory cupcake for 10 subscribers. So yeah, you should really count all the wins you get, no matter what. If you count the small things, then when you get bigger things, just be humble with the little things you get, and that kind of also shows you. We shared this with our community, so that shows that we care about them, and that we're willing to celebrate the small things with our small community, so that when we get a larger one, we won't be like, hey, just not care anymore, and we still celebrate to this day. And some music, keep pump you up. You should be and then here, counting the wins again. 1,000 views. And I believe this is when we started our new series with our game room. We'll get stuff with that later on, but
about random dance, sorry.
we're still counting the wins, and you can see this paper bag. You can see on the other slide. You might be like, "What is that thing? What's on your shirt? Why is this guy wearing a bag?" Well, Random Dan is a comic book character I made. I still wish I had my original comic of him, but I drew it and everything myself. But I don't know where it is. But really, why we have him with the bag on his head? Not only because he's random, but because we want anyone can be under the bag. Anyone can be the successful like that. So we don't want you to see only a certain type of people, a certain type of person can be a content creator. No, anyone can. Even this crazy guy with the bag on his head, with tears of joy. So yeah, that's why he has a bag on his head. So here's our main channel. I want you to look at how many subscribers, videos, and views we have. On this one, we have 5,000. We have 300, almost 400 videos, and 2 million views. Now it wasn't always like this. We were pretty small. We had slow growth, and it was it took a while. It was getting 100. We got 100. We got 200. We got 300, and we finally got 400. And after we got 400, like 2 days later, we got 500. I was surprised, and
Oh, this sucks.
we have 500 subscribers. Um, and I was like, wow, that's cool. We just hit 400. So the next day rolls by. We were in the process of making a congratulations video, but the next day we were at 750 subscribers. And I was like, my mind was blown how we got 200 in just overnight. So then we wanted to see where if it got to 1,000. And the next day it got 1,200 subscribers. So really we were trying to keep up, but it was just getting subscribers way too fast. So we weren't able to really do anything to show we did 1,000 thing when we got to 1,000. We posted again celebrating the wins. But yeah, it just kept growing and growing until where it is now. But as you can see, 393 videos is a lot of videos. It takes time to get there. It's not, oh, I upload one video, it's gonna blow up. I'm gonna millions of subscribers. No, it takes time. 300 videos. We put in work. Think of it like this. Your channel is like a seed. You can't just plant the seed and the seed grow. You have to, work. You have to make sure, you water it. Make sure it's in the ideal conditions. You have to stay. You have to make sure you take care of it. So, that's what we were doing. We made sure we uploaded. Made sure the quality was good. I mean, we spent whole days editing videos. And while they didn't do, not all of them did that well. We might have spent a whole day editing them and they get 10 views. I mean, at least it got views. But yeah, that's our main channel. Here's our live channel. We don't have as much on this one, but as you can see, like 273 subscribers, 127 videos, 89,000 views. So it's not too bad, but basically 2 subscribers per video, which you got to put the work in to get the reward. And here's where we kind of found the cheat code, if you will, with our our main on our main channel. What blew us up? We took what we learned from that and we made a new channel and applied. And as you can see, this one has 4,000 subscribers and 51 videos with 4 million views, over double what the main channel had. So, once you do find that, once you do find something that works, it can take you places. And yeah, it's pretty much rinse and repeat. What do you here's a bunch of YouTubers. You may know them, you might not, but what do all these YouTubers have in common? I mean, you can pause the video, you can think about it, but just what do they all have in common? So, you might say, they're millions of subscribers, like rich, almost like lots of money, big following. But the answer we're looking for is that they all started somewhere. Now, while they are pretty much at the top at the moment, they started from somewhere. I mean, it's not like they were, unless you're handed down, like someone who already has a big following and they like shout you out or whatever, get you up there. They all had to start from scratch. They started from that seed and they put work into that seed until it grew and grew and grew. So if money wasn't an issue, if you had billionaires funding you, what would be the ideal video that you would want to make? So you might say, oh yeah, I'd and this is really for you. We just want you to think about what is that video. And you might say, I want a rocket ship, I want, I don't know, a super fast car, something like that. But really, what you should think about is, what can you do now to help set, lay the foundation, lay the track so you can take that path later and get to that goal you're trying to get to. Also, this helps you think outside the box. While money, maybe you're not millionaires or billionaires or whatever, you don't have all the resources you need. Just look around, think about what you can use that's around you, what you do have, and how you can use that to also help you reach whatever your ideal, your dream video is. Oh, so I'm gonna pass it over to my dad.
What's going on? Y'all give him a hand. Rock. Cool, man. So digital media, and he said a lot of great stuff, man. I know it's a lot to unpack, but you can pause the video, you can go back and check it out, see what we're thinking about. But that one last slide is crucial because it can help you actually see that, okay, I have real life issues going on. It's challenging to get to it. I got work, school, whatever you got going on in your life. It's hard to get to the stuff I really want to do and get motivated to do the stuff I really want to do because I have all this stuff dragging me down, and it's just life. We got to pay bills, we got to eat, we got to, what I'm saying? So you have to do these things, but as a content creator and as aspiring content creators, we want to look at the resources we have. You may not have a rocket ship that shoots up to the moon and like Elon Musk or something like that, or be a part of Space Force and go to outer space, but you can do a little model one and you can do a little, experiment channel. You see what I'm saying? So you really have to start being more creative in how you approach this, because like, man, I don't have what it takes to do this. No, you really do. If you kind of sit back and look in your room and see what you got. Because typically you got a phone, right? That's a good place to start, your phone, when it comes to creation. And we're talking about digital media, and the phone is pretty much at the top of the list when it comes to accessing that. So, we got a quick overview of it. Digital media is pretty much anything that's interactive, enabling users to engage with your content, share your information, participate in virtual communities. That's what digital content is. All the social media, Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, TikTok, Snap, all of that is a part of this digital media wave, right? So the features is for networking, it's for hanging out, connecting with friends, streaming services when it comes to Netflix to watch movies. Because I remember back in the day, and I know I'm saying my age, Blockbusters was a thing, going to Blockbusters, going to Hastings, going to Redbox, Video Update and things like that. Those were where we got our media situation. But now you could just download Netflix app and watch it from your phone. So it's accessible, it's easily accessible, which is a good thing. It could be a good thing, right? Because if that media is easily accessible, then your content can be easily accessible as well. And that's what it's about. But it's kind of like a quick diagram that kind of shows that, hey, TV, radio, website, social media, email, text, blog, this is all social media or digital media. This is all a part of this new age of how we access and share content, man. So, and it's good, like I said, it is good. I'm glad we're going this way because we can connect with more people and build communities faster this way as well. But this is a really important slide, and I don't know if you can actually see it. Hopefully you can see it in the video, but if not, we'll just kind of go through it. But these are kind of the different types of media that you can access as a content creator. You can pay for like promotion. YouTube has paid promotions and things like that, but really organic is the best way to go. All of our channels have organic growth. They blew up from different things and viral moments and the perfect storm, which we'll talk about here in a moment. But all of these, this is kind of our journey. I know paid ads are kind of like, I don't really want to deal with a paid advertising thing, and I haven't really seen much luck on my other, like I do blogs and other stuff like that apart from the Hack the Gamer channel, and I haven't really seen a lot of success with those particular Facebook ads, Instagram ads. So organic is the way to go, but you can't go that way if you want to when it comes to paid media. Owned media is the actual platform. It's the Facebooks, it's Instagram, it's the podcast, it's the platform and the material and the content we own and we create and we put out to the world. Now, the last box is really important because earned media is what we want to get to. Because earned media is the same as word of mouth marketing. It's letting people know, hey man, I got these cool YouTuber guys. They make superhero videos, gaming videos. They're pretty funny. They're really entertaining. You should check them out. That's free. You see what I'm saying? So we want to get to that level as digital content creators when it comes to our content and when it comes to promotion and engagement. We want people to see our content, interact with our content, receive our content, and share it with people they know and love, friends and family. And we'll talk a little bit about, this is Ali Abdaal. He has a part-time YouTuber academy, and you can check him out on YouTube, please do. I want to talk about a little bit of his breakdown. We kind of put it in our own situation as far as our experience with YouTube journey. But when he talks about his YouTuber academy, it kind of hit the nose on the head for me, and I was inspired by it. So I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that from our perspective. But he's a former doctor turned YouTuber, entrepreneur, and podcaster with over 7 years of YouTube experience and 4 million subscribers on YouTube or social media, period. But let's look into the first point. You want to, get started, right? That's the first thing when it comes to being a content creator, or trying to go down the path of YouTube or podcasts. We have to get started, right? You have to get out your comfort zone and get started. And that can be challenging because, like myself, I don't like being in front of the camera, believe it or not. I'd rather be behind it. There's a lot of videos that we do that's kind of just words on the screen videos that I don't really want to show my face. Or, long time he didn't show his face. My son, he had the bag on his head because we're like, we don't really feel comfortable yet to show our faces and things like that. We've done voiceovers, audio, and things like that, but you really have to get comfortable to be in front of a camera, and it takes work, it takes effort, and it takes time to get to that point. But, what are your passions or things you like to do? You research the market or niche for those things: gaming, react, commentary, meme, podcast, faceless channels, and you write down the video ideas from there. And then you want to determine if YouTube is going to be a hobby or is it going to be a business endeavor for you, because that's going to differentiate how you kind of view YouTube and kind of how you look at the analytics and things like that. Because if you're doing it for a hobby and for fun, you don't really have to be too pressed when it comes to deep diving into YouTube Studio and looking at the analytics and retention and average view duration and all of that, because you're kind of just doing it for a hobby and it's fun, And then there's the business side of it that you're like, no, I want to actually make this a career. So you have to actually look at the analytics, the thumbnails, what works when they clicked off here. You have to hyper analyze YouTube and your data and your analytics if you want to be more on the business side. Or even in the middle, you still want to start looking at your analytics and how well you're performing there when it comes to the feedback you need to make better videos, basically. But research your equipment needed to make your videos as quality as possible. Cameras, mics, editing software, streaming, podcast hosts. Don't get overwhelmed here, as you can work on the quality later. Just get started making videos. Smartphones and editing apps like CapCut are a good place to start. So, your phone is great. That's, get a little stand. I remember we have our phone propped up on books. I know it's hood, it's a little ghetto, but it worked. We had it propped up on books and facing our TV and just talking like that. And it believe it or not, it does work. I know recently there was a guy who started playing Mortal Kombat, and he hadn't touched his channel in like years. But one day he got one of the arcade cabinets, Mortal Kombat 30th edition, and he just started playing. And the quality wasn't the greatest, the sound wasn't the greatest, but he was good at the game though. So he started showcasing moves and kind of telling people how to do moves. It's kind of like a tutorial video, but it's also just him showing how to play. Like, I think it was like how to beat Mortal Kombat 2 crazy AI in one take, or whatever the case was. So that's intriguing. Like, he had a good title. So we're gonna talk about how titles matter. But he did that video. A couple months down the road, it got almost 500,000 views. It blew his channel up. Like he's doing great now. And all of the videos that were lacking, like he didn't touch for like years. Like I think he had 10 to 15, maybe 20 videos before he did this one. They all blew up. You see what I'm saying? So people started searching him out from that one video. So granted, we don't want to try to chase viral and viral moments like that, because it kind of just happens organically sometimes. But it's good to, have in mind that one day this could happen for me. Like one day this actually could blow up. Like when we started 2.5 years ago or so, we didn't think that we'd be here talking in front of a group of people, or actually talk in front of people. Like I'm humbled by it, because I really don't feel worthy of being up here talking to you about YouTube. We're not experts, but we have seen some success, and we're thankful for every view we get, every subscriber we get, every comment, every engagement we get, because it's like, man, this is crazy. This is something that we've wanted to do, and now it's happening. And it's like, it was kind of overwhelming when it started happening. Like it was like thousands of comments. It was so much interaction. It was hard to keep up. It was an interesting time, and we're gonna talk about that. But start with what you have. Yes, get better over time, but start with that phone. You got that phone, and if you do have a 4K camera, great, because the better you can start, the better it's going to be. However, if you don't have that stuff and you got a phone, you're still good. Just start creating content. Make 3 videos regardless of how you feel if you're ready, or if you feel if you're ready or not. That way you can build a routine, confidence, and some experience uploading to YouTube. So the great thing about YouTube is you can enlist or delete videos if needed. But the point of this exercise is to get out of your comfort zone and just get started. So that's what you want to do. So point 2 is develop a blueprint that works for your content, which is really important as well. So say you got those 3 videos and you got some feedback on those videos, or kind of go into your YouTube analytics and kind of see something. Oh, sorry, happy click. And you go into your analytics and start seeing, where people click off and things like that. This is more so for people who are looking to do this maybe full time someday. That's why he says part-time YouTube Academy, because everybody, pretty much everybody has something to do outside of YouTube until YouTube becomes that full time if they want to go that route. Because you may not want to. You just may be like, I just want to hang out with people on my lives, and you know what I'm saying. So you kind of want to get from YouTube what you put into it. So if that's what you want, that's cool, But experiment with thumbnails, video topics, long form and short form content here. All right. Let your creativity flow. See what works best regarding engagement, average view duration, retention, and YouTube analytics and YouTube Studios. So when you start deep diving into your analytics for those who are in the middle of hobby and business side of the house, or straight business. But create a blueprint or plan of action for your videos to make sure it checks the boxes. Good thumbnail, solves a problem, or provides entertainment. And those pieces are really important, because if your content, it can either, ask or answer specific questions, which are good. It could be product reviews, which are also good when it comes to engagement, and searchable. And there's a lot of keywords in those that people typically, they're kind of like evergreen videos. People come back to them year round because they're searching for things. Or so, like, I think we have a Christmas video that we did just random on our channel that does good. Like I think 5 days of Christmas gamer edition that gets numbers over time, because it's a Christmas situation. So around Christmas time, it goes back out there. The algorithm picks it back up, sends it back out to people to watch, because it got engagement each time. So that's important to start looking at, if I'm going to do this for fun, do this for hobby, or do this for business, because fun is making videos I want to see. Business is making videos the viewers want to see, and that's important. So, and then the best quality we can create the video from here. So, like I said, you may be trying to start getting more equipment, better equipment at this point, and saving up for that, especially if you determine if you want to make this a business, okay? So, and then you go back to the analytics once again and deep dive from there. But it's a rinse and repeat, like my son was saying earlier. Once you see something that works, it can be rinse and repeat, and you start seeing the traction from that, because you kind of have a formula that's working for you and working for your particular content. And we found that with our first channel, and we actually duplicated that on our Hack the Gamer React channel, which is like a random channel. We do kind of whatever on that channel when it comes to just reacting to superhero stuff and gaming stuff, but we're trying to just test things out with that channel. But even with testing things out, we've had some great results. But rinse and repeat to test your blueprint's effectiveness. You can write down target goals at this point and do an after-action review to gain more insight on what to change, improve on, and to get ideas for upcoming videos. So that's the point too. So are you ready to level up? Are you ready to gain XP, experience points for our gamers, and level up? Do the Mario Brothers! Alright, I'm done. Okay. So I had to do my Mario. Everybody knows Mario, right? Like, I had to do the Mario. I had to give Mario a shout out. We're gamers. Come on, man. He's the OG, you know what I'm saying? So, but with Mario, and what I want to share when it comes to Mario, how if you look at Mario, it could be, he's a profound character, because how does he get to those power-ups and level-ups? Anybody? He has to break something to get to it, right? He has to break through something. He has to hit a box to get to it. And sometimes that box and that power up is hiding in between other boxes that he has to break through to get to it, to power up and level up. So for us, that box is the struggle. That box is frustration. That box is not being motivated. That box is the challenges that we're facing that we talked about before we started this particular workshop. That's our box that we have to break through to get to that power up and get to that next level and level up and start leveling up when it comes to our content creation and us being on this content journey of creation. So Yeah, that's my little super Mario Brothers analogy, gaming analogy there, if you will. But I thought it was good, man, because it's hard to do content if you're unmotivated. It's hard to do content when you see distractions and life happens, So, but push through it, get started, make those videos, and start powering up and leveling up. But at this point, we've gained experience points, XP. We can now apply it to leveling up our videos. Yay, all right? So we should have enough data depending on how many videos we've created, edited, uploaded, and reviewed to help us get a better understanding, help us get better with our content. It can take time to find our voice, niche, and content that yields the best engagement. However, the more we upload, the more we can work on getting better at our craft. So that's the first point. And typically, a lot of YouTubers say quality over quantity, right? And like I said, if you can start with a 4K camera, great. That's what you want to do. You want to start with a great Shure microphone. Start with if you have people to invest in you early on, that's awesome. My son took me on this journey because I didn't want to do with the cameras and all that stuff. This was his journey, but he brought me along because he inspired me. Like, he was doing good, and I saw he was doing good, so I invested more into it. And now I invest more of my time into it and do the editing and stuff like that, and do videos now. Like, I'm in front of the camera now, which I didn't really want to do, but here I am, out of my comfort zone, right? Just get started. So, but they say quality over quantity is the best approach to growing your YouTube channel and channels, but however, XP is all about the repetition, right? It's all about recording videos, editing, and uploading to YouTube. You can do that from your phone. So when you're able to buy better equipment, get help with editing, and create high quality content consistently on your channel, it's good to do it as soon as possible though. But you can always delete those first videos that you didn't like, or you started, it was like, you go back and look at it, and you kind of cringe a little bit, like, I don't really like this video. But I would say keep them there, man, so people can see where you came from. Unless it's like super terrible or something like that, you're just really embarrassed about. You can always hide it and save it for another time. But I think it's good to see, because people want to see your progression, and I think that's important as a content creator. But leveling up is all about consistently applying what works with your content, because not everything works with gaming content. Not everything works with reaction stuff. So you have to find what works for your niche. You may like to just do live streams, or the type of game you play not a lot of people know about. So what works with that particular group of people? Is it what title is going to get their attention when it comes to it? Because titles are still important. Tags and metadata is still important. Hashtags are still important. You still want to set up your video with keywords enough so to where the YouTube algorithm can pick it up and say, okay, I know what this is. That's why I say when you start your channel, it's good to kind of have some type of identity when you're first starting your YouTube channel, so they, the algorithm, the infamous YouTube algorithm specifically knows how to put your stuff out. I mean, each platform has an algorithm. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram has its own situation. So each particular video, you may have to cater differently. You have to edit differently when it comes to how you package it and present it to the world. So, but yeah, I mean, it's about consistently doing that. Find what works with your content or with your audience. Get better at it. Set goals, milestones. Like you saw, 800 we celebrated, right? 10 subscribers we celebrated. 1,000 we celebrated. I think it was 80,000 after that. I think it was 150 after that. 1,000 views. We kept celebrating, counting the wins. Like he said, it took off crazy, so we tried to keep up with it. We did 1,000. I think we did 2,000, and after that, kind of went crazy. But we still shout out our community and thank our community, because they're the ones that watch the content and support us. So we thank them for that. But you want to celebrate those milestones with them, with your community. Let them know they're important. Let them know we're in this journey together, and how important they are to our success. So, yeah, man, these 3 points are really crucial when it comes to starting, man. Like, and do it in succession. Do it 1, 2, 3, because that's going to help you put things in perspective when it comes to your YouTube journey and your social media and content creation journey. So I'm gonna let my son take this part. The blessing and curse of going viral. Take it away.
So this is the blessing and the curse of going viral. So these are some good videos on our channel. This one we have a super hot VR Oculus Quest. It was pretty good at the time. 10,000 views. 71 watch hours. Then we have the House of the Dead remake. We had 23,000 views and 230,000 watch hours, which also was really good at the time. And also look how it says like it has no restrictions here, no restrictions there. On our third one, this is the one that kind of took off, that got us to where we are now. And this one, 1.7 million views, ton of watch hours, but it has a copyright strike and later or copyright claim, and later on they set it to made for kids because they said it's too cartoony. It's like a get little kids' attention when it has violence in it, so I don't really get that. But as soon as they put that made for kids on it, you can see here how it shot up, got to where it was, and then it kind of cut off and went flat. And that's because they said it made for kids, so they just took it off of YouTube and put it on like YouTube Kids, which no one's gonna watch this on YouTube Kids. They're gonna watch stuff for kids. So yeah, it kind of killed it at that point. We appealed it later, but they put it back on a little after. So
Also, let them know you have to significantly change the content for it to not be reused and not to avoid like copyright claims. You have to make it your own. You have to put your own twist on it.
yeah, they and going with this, you have to significantly change. If you do see something from someone, you have to significantly change. And the way I like to think about it, if you do find something that someone else did, there's two ways you can make it your own, and that's either do it better or do it differently. So yeah, and I also want to point out how the retention is great. You really want people to watch your videos. You don't want to make it to where they watch like the first half and then click off, because that hurts it. That when you first upload a video, you might see it get a lot of views really fast, and then all of a sudden it just stops. And that's because YouTube puts it out, and they push it out, and they show a lot of people your video for a little bit just to see if people actually the retention's high, people actually want to watch the whole thing, because YouTube wants to keep people on their on the site. That's how they get paid. They get paid by people actually staying on the site, seeing ads and stuff like that. So YouTube wants to push out stuff that will actually keep people on YouTube. So the higher the retention, as you can see here, it had great retention. It had hadn't dropped to below 50 really until like the last second or two of the video. So I mean, it was like really good retention. That's why if YouTube pushes it out when you upload it, and they see that it's getting good retention, they're gonna push out on you even more and more, and they're gonna keep pushing it out. But after a while, after it got to 1 million, that's when YouTube kind of checked it. They're like, whoa, this video is doing really well. Let's check it out. And then they saw, I don't know what they saw, but then they put all these restrictions on it and stuff like that, and kind of killed it. But yeah, I mean, it's a blessing and a curse, because now the shorts did really well, but now YouTube thinks, oh, you should only do shorts because those do really well. That's some of your best stuff. So when you make a video, it doesn't do too much well. And it also, copyright stuff can prevent you from getting monetized on YouTube. So you can think of it as like a sweet but poisonous fruit. At first, it tastes good, feels good, great, and later on the poison sets in, and you start to see all the bad and negative effects of it. So really avoid copyright stuff if you can. And yeah. So that's pretty much it. Questions, answers. If you have any questions, make sure to comment down below, and we'll reply. But yeah, that's our YouTube 101.
You stay up here, man. We're pretty much done. So yeah, hopefully you got something from it. And like I said, it's a journey. And like you said, with the blessing and the curse, it's cool to see. It's great to get the engagement. It's great to see, man, it got 1 million views, and that's what it happened. Like both channels, like we have, I think, over several million views on our collective situations when it comes to social media, and it's cool. It's awesome to see, but you have to look at, okay, the engagement. You have to look at the community. You know, are we building community? And like you said, with the long form, it does suffer if YouTube thinks your shorts are better than your long form situation. So you kind of have to find a happy medium and a mixture of long form and short term. Kind of, I think the description are kind of going away in the short term, so you can't like, or shorts, you can't put like a link in there and the people could click it, I don't think anymore, to your long form. And that's kind of a strategy to do too, like make a clip of that long form to short form and refer people back to the long form to get the views and things like that and engagement there. But they're kind of doing away with that. You still can kind of let them know in the comments in the short, but yeah, man, I mean, it's still a great journey. Whether, you know, like I said, it blessed and cursed because it can be challenging, but it's still rewarding and it's still awesome seeing, and we get a chance to meet great people and engage with awesome people and to actually have a community that says, hey man, I appreciate your content. Hey man, I haven't seen that game in a long time. You just unlocked a core memory. You know, hearing that type of stuff is great and it gives you motivation, and this is our passion. We love gaming, we love superheroes. You know, we like having fun. It's the world's crazy now. This is light. You know, gives us something to look forward to. Like, hey, put a smile on my face. So we can put a smile on one person's face, then we've done our job. So, but thank you. Hopefully you got something from it. This is Hack the Gamer. Make sure you check us out on our YouTube, social media at Hack the Gamer and at Hack the Gamer 7. So thank you for your time.
Really, all that I can add at this point, the key points is that, you know, don't give up, keep going, keep, you know, editing, you know, posting videos, even if it's doing well, you're bad, you just get a little bit of views per video. Keep doing it. You know, celebrate the wins. You know, going to retention, you know, try to keep their attention. You want a good thumbnail.
Hook them.
You want a good hook. It's almost like a book. That rhymes. Wow, I'm happy. But you know, you want to hook them in, like in literature. You know, they have the cover of the book, you know, to catch your eye. Then when you actually open the book, just like you click on the video, you want the first bit, the first couple lines in a book to be good so they continue to read. Same with the video. You want the first bit to be good so they can keep watching. You know, you want to get the point, you want to get whatever it might be that made them, you know, click on the video, whatever the video is about, you want that would make them click on it. You want to make sure that's in the first 5 seconds, 10 seconds, very beginning of the video before you do anything else. Before you beg for your subscribers or whatever, you want to make sure that, you know, you get what they actually want to see on your video. So yeah, it's those two. Don't give up, you know. Celebrate the wins in the hook. You want to keep them engaged, because that retention, if you can get them to watch your video, then you can go places. That's pretty much all.
Thank you, man. Awesome. Peace. Talk to y'all later.